We all have sexual organs, and each of it is shaped according to the biological sex that we have. Some of us do have both of them present in our body. So today, let's talk about our sexual organs. And yes, this video will include the topic of sex. So if you're not comfortable speaking about sex, then this video is not for you. Let's get into it. So let's talk about the functionality of our sexual organs. Yes, our sexual organs enable us to reproduce, but it does more than that. It also enables us to discharge liquid, like urine, the sperm, as well as menstruation blood. And the health of our sexual organs, it influences the way we think, it influences the way we feel, as well as our hormonal balance. We see our sexual organs is connected to us, well, it connects us to both our physical as well as the emotional plane of existence. So to reduce a human being just to the function of their sexual organ is clearly a disrespect. It's really disrespectful. And society oftentimes has put shame into the discussion of our sexual organs, but it shouldn't be like that. Because our sexual, we are an expression of the divine. That means our sexual organs are also divine. There is nothing, and there should be nothing shameful about having a certain type of sexual organ. Okay? So let's take this moment to just express some gratitude that we have them in our body and that they do what they do for us. I'm gonna hold my waist and just imagine that I'm physically touching all of my sexual organs, okay? And just express gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for regulating my hormones. Thank you for telling me when certain things started developing down there. And thank you for taking care of yourself, cleaning up yourself. And thank you for allowing me to express life in this biological form that I find myself in by experiencing menstruation. Even though sometimes it's not always fun. But thank you for allowing me to express that. And thank you for being healthy. And thank you for releasing the stress that I put you through ever so often. Thank you for working with me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. As we can see, our sexual organs are doing a lot, and as always, they can be influenced by our state of mind. And one of the things that can heavily influence our sexual organ and the expression of it and their health is stress. Stress is not something we should have or should be under constantly. Stress influences us. And in terms of our sexual organs, especially in relation to sex, stress is a buzzkill, okay? Stress is a buzzkill because sex is something that happens on the physical as well as on the mental level. It includes both the body and the mind. So if you're under high stress, you cannot perform as you should. So you see, according to one of the papers that I read from Hamilton and Mertens, I hope I'm pronouncing the names right, women who are constantly under high stress cannot have a high level of genital arousal. And for men, it's the same thing. Men cannot always maintain or sustain their erection because of stress. And some people, it's not that they're terrible at sex. It's just, they're just filled with anxiety, fear, and other stress factors that they just can't perform. They're basically underperforming because of every other thing that is influencing them on the mental level. So try to remove stress from your life. And the stress that I'm talking about, it can be something as huge as experiencing grief, as well, and worrying about your finances, to something like you have an exam next week. Stress in every shape and form influences our libido extremely. So, in order to have a healthy sex life, we have to remove stress from our body. And that means we have to communicate and be honest with ourselves, and also be in touch with ourselves, and also tell our partners when something is going on instead of living in shame, because that does nothing for anyone. Okay? Other ways that stress can influence our sexual organs is, for example, by having tension in the neck or around your jaw. And in some cases, you can experience pressure on your bladder, which makes you feel like you want to pee constantly. Some people experience infertility. It happens. And sometimes there are other things that end up being formed, not only because of stress, because sometimes also stress influences our hormonal balance, which result in certain hormones not producing the right amount or overproducing to supplement, and that just leads to a huge chaos in the body. Always have checkups, people. Have yourself checked regularly and try to keep your stress level as low as possible, because stress influences not just our sex life, but it also influences our normal well-being. In terms of stress, society carries more than half of the blame, okay? Because of all the restriction and all the suppression and all the negative talk around our sexual organs. To be honest, in some cultures, our sexual organs are just reduced to reproduction. But it does so much more than reproduction. You see, our sexual organs, it's exactly situated down there, right in the hips, right in the middle point that connects the upper and the lower body. And in the hips is also the sacral chakra, which is responsible for our expressions in expressing our creativity, expressing ourselves emotionally, as well as our pleasure, joy in life, and connections. If we only just look at the sexual organ and just see their reproductive functions and not that they also influence the way we experience life, then we're looking at it incompletely. You see, the heart, we now know that the heart is more than just a pump. We know it has its own brain, it holds memory. Why can't we see the same or say the same about our sexual organs? Because it's literally just that. It does. It holds memories from past experiences. And unfortunately, in most cases, those past experiences are traumatic. And we find ourselves restricting ourselves in areas because of those traumas. So if society keep on insisting that the sexual organ is just that, it's just there to, to have sex and to reproduce, then we are mistreating ourselves. We're mistreating us, human. We are stopping and hindering ourselves from actually experiencing the full bloom, the whole joy and glory of having a sexual organ. Because the sacral chakra is in there. If we experience block in our sacral chakra, this influences the way we see life. This influences the way we enjoy the ease that we feel in being ourselves. We can't allow society to reduce our sexual organs to just reproduction. We have to take care of our sexual organs, because it does more than just the physical things. It also connects us to the spiritual wall, if you can say, call it spiritual wall, but it connects us to the divine, because we are created in the image of the divine. So our sexual organ is also divine. It it shouldn't have guilt, shame put onto it, and we shouldn't uphold that anymore. It's time for us to let go of those old expression and beliefs about the sexual organ, because they're not true. Our sexual organ is marvelous. It's glorious. It's amazing. It's a flower that blooms every single time when we take any step, when we express anything. It's it's who we are. It's part of our expression. It's part of our identity. It should not be covered with shame, with guilt, or other burdens, because it doesn't deserve that. So we as a society, we have to change our belief systems, and we have to change our approach towards our sexual organs. Our sexual organs, because it connects to both the physical as well as the divine or the mental realm, it allows us to generate creative energy, creative power through sex. Yeah, but also through your solo sessions, but also by embracing it, embracing your sexual organ, accepting it as part of who you are, well, expression of it, and embracing it as part of the divine. By doing that, you're embracing yourself. You're giving yourself love, and this love, it comes out in beautiful ways. We become more creative, we become more happy. We experience life on a higher frequency, not in stress. Even if we encounter stress, it doesn't take a lot from us, and we can come back from it, and we can move towards a higher frequency really fast with practice. But yeah, we cannot suppress our sexual energy, yes, but a no is a no, people. A no is a no. Always ask for consent. But what I'm saying is, embrace that they're there, and they're not dirty. They are not dirty. It's okay to touch them. It's okay to have them checked. It's okay to care for them. It's okay to give it what it needs. Again, a no is a no, and consent is important. And I'm not saying that everyone should, go out walking around naked or just showing your sexual organ to whoever is like looking or not. But the sexual organ it's not just physical, it's spiritual. Now, I think I think she's still alive. There is a live performance artist, and she did one with her body. So basically, if I remember this correctly, she put herself on display, a sexual organ was on display, and then I think there was like a magnifying glass there or something, or some microscope. I don't remember exactly what instrument was used, but it's basically enabled people to come up, have normal conversation with her while looking at her private part. And she aimed with that performance, she was aiming at creating some familiarity with it, especially with the women's body. And she wanted people to not be afraid of it, instead to be curious about it, to realize that it is part of the body. And I found that performance to be it was very empowering to see. I wasn't there live, I saw it on video, but it was empowering to watch. And the way she just allowed herself to, I'm just being, because this is who I am. And that's exactly the power of the sexual organ. It's part of us. And if we keep acting as if it's some kind of like additional bits that was blapped onto us or something like that, or treat it like it's an alien, then we'll never fully grasp the wholeness of us, the wholeness of who we truly are on all levels. We are divine, people. That means every part of us, every part that we have, from head to toe, and from above the head to below, to the things that you can see and cannot see, and on you, in you, outside of you, we are all divine. So we have to love each and every part of us. We have to do that in order to be whole. We have to do that in order for us to know true love. So we can start with our sexual organs. We can embrace its powers, its functions, and all that it's doing for us, and all that it's allowing us to experience. And we can make the effort to remove shame, guilt, fear, and disgust from it, because it's not a shameful thing to have. It's not something that is disgusting. It is beautiful, and it cleans itself. So basically it's the most cleanest part of the body, okay? So take care of your sexual organs, people. Take care of your sexual organs. Since I was just talking about taking care of our sexual organs, let me tell you ways in which you can actually do that. First of all, if you experience some issues, acknowledge those issues. There is no use in putting on the show of being the strong woman or being a macho man when your sexual organs are dyingly pleading with you to seek help, okay? Talk with someone. You can only treat an issue. You can only fix an issue once you acknowledge that there is an issue, okay? Once you acknowledge that there is one, you can work from there. But if you're in denial, you're just abusing yourself, and your poor sexual organ is suffering from that. So do better by acknowledging the issues. Communicate with your partners, with your doctors, with whomever. With that being said, go to regular checkups, have early screenings done for prevention. Prevention is care, people. Go to your doctors. Be religious about your doctor's visit, okay? Go there, have it checked. Do not let yourself be dismissed. If you're experiencing certain symptoms, write it down, because I know sometimes by the time we get to the doctor, everything is all good and we completely forget that. Oh, 3 weeks ago, this thing was acting like some crazy ass. You know? So write down your symptoms. Have a health diary that you can write things down so that you keep it track. And once you're at the doctor, just take it out. It doesn't matter. Take it out. I do the same. I go to the doctor and I have my phone in my hand sometimes, and I'm like, oh yes, on this day I experienced that. I don't know if it's related to this, but it's good to know, you know. Communicate. Acknowledge and communicate. Go see your doctors. Another thing that you can do is to fix your lifestyle. Go to bed, people. Sleep. Sleep is very important. I know we normally say like once you're dead you can sleep. No. Sleep, you only need it when you're alive, literally. Because once you're dead, you have different needs, okay? But when you're alive, you need sleep. Your body needs sleep. It needs sleep. So give it sleep, because all the organs, they need to regulate regularly. So give it sleep. Give it sleep. Allow yourself to have a good night rest. Also, eat the right thing. I'm all for saving money, but when it comes to food, I like buying the right thing, because your health, once that is gone or start having issues, it's not fun. Life is not fun anymore. I'm not saying if you experience some health issues, you should just give up. No, I'm just saying that you feel the effects on your life, have an health issue. So eat right, sleep right, and do some movement. Avoid sitting for too long. Avoid lying down for too long. Go for a walk. Every now and then, go for a walk. Or if you cannot go outside or you don't want to go outside, understandable, just walk around your apartment, your living room, your corridor, or just walk down the stairs and then up again. Take care of your body and avoid certain habits like excessive drinking, or excessive smoking. Anything that is an excess, avoid that, okay? Because that can be good long term for your body. Another thing that you can do to take care of your sexual organ is to practice safe sex. There is no compromising in that, people. Don't compromise just because of the heat of the moment. Don't compromise because you're trying to satisfy your partner. Don't compromise. Practice safe sex. Okay. Another thing that you can do is to avoid stress, manage stress, and reduce stress. Do all that. So you have little to no stress in your body. Which I know it's not impossible. I think it's quite possible. But try not to have prolonged stress. Okay. I think having prolonged stress in your body, that is possible to not have. It's possible to not have prolonged stress in your body. But day-to-day activities can give you some stress here and there, but you can, as long as you manage it properly and you have a system in place, you can process through it relatively fast and then be free of it. Do not store the stress. The storing the stress is the issue. Okay? So avoid stress, manage stress, and reduce stress. Okay? And another thing that you can do to take care of your sexual organ is to breathe. Just that. Just breathe and bring your attention to it so that it knows that you're in touch with it. I know you cannot see all of it because it has an inner and outer appearance, but try to bring your attention to it and just breathe into it and exhale through it. Breathe into it and exhale through it. Just do that. And another thing that you can do to take care of your sexual organ is, well, the inner part pretty much takes care of itself, but of course it's been influenced by what we eat, how we sleep, and how we move, and how we manage stress. But the outer part, you can manage that by cleaning up properly. Wash yourself, people. Wash yourself. It's okay to touch yourself. It's okay to clean up down there. It needs to be clean. Otherwise, it gets some infections, and that's not fun. Also, change your panties every day. I know sometimes people don't shower every day, but try to change your panties. And before you change your panties, please wash down there properly and then change your panties. No, wash, dry it, and then change your panties. And regularly groom it. If that means to shave regularly, shave it. If that means, I don't know, to wax regularly, wax it. It hurts, but do it. Whatever feels comfortable for you. But take care of your sexual organs. Take care of the inner and the outer appearance of it and their well-being. Our sexual organs are divine. They're not impure. We were created according to the image of divine. And if we consider the divine to be extra wonderful, and we're created in that divine expression, then we are extra wonderful as well. And that goes for all part of us, including our sexual organs. So don't let society rob you of that beautiful part of the body. Don't let society make you think that it's dirty, because it's not. Your sexual organs are divine. So love them, care for them, and breathe into them. Thank you for sitting with me for this one, and see you guys next week. Bye.